Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wingcat Sports. We're kind of going to go over the end of that game last night with everything that has fully come out. We heard from the players. We have video evidence of what is going on. So we're kind of just going to go over that stuff. And again, our opinion. I mean, as Lions fans, we already feel like we get screwed over, and that will be probably both of our opinions on the matter of what happened. But I mean, we got video evidence. We've already know how the play went about. So I mean, if as we look at it, right, you got Goff going back, Decker wide open in the end zone, and they get the 2-point conversion. And obviously, it goes to the penalty that we got was whether or not they were flagged for illegal touching, making him ineligible. Did he report eligible or not? And they have an overhead view that does go over whether or not he actually did report or not. They think Dan Skipper did. And as we get to it, you'll see, right? They even show it. Decker right there. He's going to go walk up to the ref. Is eligible. He's with Penny Sewell. Skipper's not even over there yet. And by the time he does get over there, he is actually, the ref will be walking away. But Decker is the one that is closer. So overall, I think either the ref got confused or someone told him to make the call.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. Is this intentional or an honest mistake? Because it certainly looks a veteran like Decker is not on a play like that is not going to not report. You see Goff telling him to go report. You know he reported. It's whether or not the ref got confused, honestly, and thought it was Dan Skipper that reported and not Decker, or whatever the reasoning was. But it's just sad that games have to end like this. I mean, there was 25 seconds left. And certainly,
and that was still, if we would have lost that way, that would have been a better way to lose.
Yeah, you could honestly say, okay, they earned that and stuff. But and then the whole thing of whether we should have the second time kicked an extra point or not, or kept going for it all. That's but what we're talking about here is basically that's what it boils down to. Do you think the ref made an honest mistake, or was it intentional? People, since the NFL has been married to all these gambling sites and everything else now, are starting to question the legitimacy of the league. They'll still watch it like they do pro wrestling. I mean, it's still as popular as ever. It doesn't seem to distract people or make them not want to watch it. But you do have to wonder sometimes when things like this end. It's just a terrible way to end the game. It was a good game between two teams that may meet up again in the playoffs. And I've been taking, because I just want to relax. And I'm so happy that they won the division and got a home field. I've kind of just downplayed the fact that the seeding mattered. But I suppose it does, because we could end up playing them and we'll have to play them in Dallas again. Or because of this, we may have to play Philly in Philly if Philly ends up winning the division.
I think Philly will win the division. You'll probably end up playing Dallas at home if you play them. And I think Dallas doesn't want to see us in the playoffs after how the game ended, most likely.
Well, right. I mean, if Philly wins the division, we get Dallas at home. So that's great. I mean,
and then, again, I still don't think they want to see us with what happened. You got all that motivation from what happened this game. It's going to be a redemption game for them if we run into them.
And believe me, what happened. The first round of the playoffs does not look easy. Even though we have a home game, if we end up playing the Rams
or Seahawks, depending on what happens,
or Seahawks, or whatever, if one of our divisional rivals gets in, I guess that'll be determined tonight, or
which one of them will be, yeah.
But it's not going to be easy. That first round is not a gimme. It's not a guaranteed. It's going to be a tough game. And I'm glad we got it at home. The road to the Super Bowl is going to be hard. And like I said, I'm going to try to take the positive road here and just be grateful for what we've gotten so far, and pray to God we get one nice playoff victory at least. I know as it goes on, if we keep winning, I'm going to want to win more, but I'm just trying to be, temper my expectations.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, and there's going to be people out there saying this is a loss because of Dan Campbell, and yes, he gambled a lot during the game, but we are used to that by now. You should know that's how he
I
coaches,
I don't
and regardless, right? When you look at it, do you want to go to overtime and risk another injury? JMO got hurt during the game. He has an ankle injury. Now you have you had the opportunity to just either win it or lose it. CD Lamb was cooking you the whole entire game. Yes, your defense was playing well, but you couldn't stop one guy who probably would have got them in the field goal range. Has a kicker that can kick at least 65 yards, most likely. Hasn't missed a field goal at all. And it would have been a tough overtime to even win.
Yes, it would be, but that's the game. I mean, I don't think you don't play because if you're worried about injuries. I mean, if you're worried about injuries, you should have sat everybody this game if you could have. I mean, either you're going out to win it or you're not going out to win it. I the first time he went for it, you know what? That's fine. 50-50 chance you got. Go in there, try to win. It didn't make much of a difference because they still could come down in 25 seconds and win the game with a field goal, whether you have a 2 point or tie it. So, in my logic, I would have kicked the field goal. I would have kicked the extra point, and let Dallas try to end it in 25 seconds. If they did, then they would have earned it. This way, it just is sad. It's a sad way to lose the game, and I feel bad for, if that ref made an honest mistake. I do feel bad for him because he's just going to be. I mean, I hear people death threats and everything else. People go too far with this stuff. It's just, these are human beings. They make mistakes sometimes. So I mean, that kind of stuff is ridiculous. I hear it on our podcast. There's some whatever that Woodrow Sports. Those guys sound like they want to go to the guy's house and drag him out and beat the crap. You can't take it that far. You can't incite people. We've seen what that happened before with, the orange one. So you can't do that. You got to take this in stride. We're in the playoffs. We got a home game.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it
Stay
is.
positive. We're going to probably be 12-5, which is outstanding.
Yeah, I mean,
I expect us to beat Minnesota at home. The crowd is going to be crazy for that last game.
say I will be there.
You will be there.
I will let you know
It should be
firsthand.
a super fun
Even
time.
that playoff game will be hectic, no matter who we're facing. But it's a bitter taste when you lose like that. I mean, you played good enough to win. You end up losing because we feel it is the refs when you look at the replays. Yes, gambling as much as it was. You got that first one. Second one, maybe by the third one you should have kicked it.
I think by the second one.
But by the third one, the second one the second one you end up getting lucky with the offsides call. Maybe by the third one you go, you know what, a kick might be it. But with Goff struggles, I would just run it. No one ever expects a run anymore on a 2-point conversion.
No, maybe not.
You should just given it to Montgomery.
Goff was not playing well this game. So.
Should just given it to Montgomery in the backfield and run it in because that would have been the easiest solution. No one ever expects to run it anymore on the 2-point conversion. You're 2 yards out. They don't expect to run
right
at all.
I mean, I it didn't matter to me what play they called. I thought, like I said, but after the first, that went south. That play, emotions were high. Everything's crazy. Just kick the extra point. Settle down for a few seconds. Try to win in an OT. Just go to OT. That's all you needed to do. After that first time, I don't blame him for trying it. I mean, you're trying to win the game. It shows a lot of guts. That's like you said. That's the kind of coach we have. We have to get kind of used to it. He's going to do that. Piss us off sometimes by not doing the safe thing.
He said. I saw someone say it's a blessing and a curse.
It is.
Because when you make it, you're as happy as you possibly can be, and then when you don't, you're ready to kill the guy for his decisions.
But we're third. We're third seed. It looks like not. I can't see us moving up. But if we do, great. But I think that game kind of sealed us into that spot.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad spot to be. So we'll play what what will we play?
6th seed.
The 6th seed. Okay.
Yep.
Who's in the 6th seed?
Rams.
The Rams. The Rams.
Lions.
Again, I read that online that the NFL wanted us to play the Rams in the first round for a big storyline. So maybe that's why this happened. Who knows?
But
I'm not saying he hates Rick.
but it is what it is. You can't do anything about it now. If more comes out about it, maybe we'll talk more about it. But it is what it is. With all that being said, though, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments about how this ended. Share the video around. Until next time, hope to see everybody soon.